Samson looks like a AAA game, feels and plays like an indie title, rough around the edges but with a whole lot of potential. It could have been a massive hit. It had all the potential in the world, but like a lot of modern games, it ends up releasing in a messy state. But even in this state, it's not totally bad. I enjoyed quite a few things. The first hour almost feels like classic Max Payne, dark, brooding, doesn't keep you hooked like classic Max Payne after that though. The world isn't all that big, but it feels like a big playground. The fact that they have made a city like this that feels more lively than a lot of AAA games. We'll look at MindsEye later, but spoiler alert, compared to Tindleston, Red Rock City is a barren wasteland. People have conversations which sometimes leads to missions, usually just fistfights, but keeping your ears and eyes open leads to stuff. The atmosphere is a combination of Watch Dogs 1 and Max Payne. The world is beautiful. For a half-price game, this looks amazing. Graphics wise, there is nothing to complain, especially when you consider the price. Performance is a hit or miss. Nothing game breaking, but it is not a smooth experience for sure. On the surface, gameplay looks amazing, but the more you play, the more cracks start showing. Driving, combat, there is a delay almost everywhere. It's unresponsive at times. Combat is fun. I didn't know the game was all melee combat. So the first fist fight, I was very impressed. You have light, heavy attacks and parry, but no block, which could have been really interesting, but it is not. Even without a block button, combat is not all that challenging. If you can manage to keep the camera from up, you will walk away with a win. Dodging is the only mechanic in this entire game that feels snappy and responsive. Everything else happens on its own time. Even light attacks, which are supposed to be quick, you will be waiting for them to happen. Unarmed combat for an open world is not bad. It's actually good when you compare it with other open worlds, but the fact that there is no armed combat, this should have been better. It's no Sleeping Dogs, that's for sure. MindsEye looks and plays like one of those early 2010 games that is so bad it is actually good. Right from the start you realize the quality of the game. As soon as you hear the background music, it's bad of course, it's way too loud and it pops in all the damn time. Almost every bad game has music for some reason. Now MindsEye isn't a bad game, it's definitely not a $60 game, but it has its moments. This is technically an open world, but the game gives you no time to explore. You finish one mission and you're put into the next mission straight away. There's no driving to quest marks, nope. The quest begins and you're usually sent away to a location while on the phone with another character. You can explore at this point, but it just feels wrong. I don't know why this had to be an open world because it doesn't have any depth at all. It's pretty empty. Driving is fun though. It's not anything revolutionary, but it's one of the two things in this game that is almost above average. Cars control okay. Driving has been a problem in almost every open world, including GTA, so the standards aren't set that high. MindsEye, cars feel fast and heavy. At least your cars and enemy cars. Other NPC cars are weightless. Driving into them is always worse for the NPC. But when you crash into an enemy car, for some reason, it is perfect. Impact and damage makes sense. The person with the bigger car is better off. Driving is actually fun. The world is empty, but there are tons of cars. You'll find yourself in traffic, driving fast, changing lanes, narrow misses, and overtaking when you shouldn't. All that is a lot of fun. Samson has basically only two gameplay elements, driving and fighting. Driving again feels like it was so close to being good. Cars feel heavy and crashes are realistic, but controlling cars is impossible, and I'm not even exaggerating. There is a delay here as well. If you want to take a turn, you better start turning 50 meters ahead. The crazy thing is, I adjusted to this lag. I was no longer smacking into buildings or getting stuck in a house. But driving isn't here just for getting around. It is a main gameplay element. You'll be racing, chasing down people, destroying enemy cars with your car. Imagine doing all that with an unresponsive driving system. It's very frustrating, even more frustrating because they were so close to creating something awesome. When I'm driving outside of missions, when I know where I have to go, I enjoy driving. In these chase sequences, nope. The driving system is nowhere near responsive enough for it to be such a big part of the game. Combat is better, but there are issues here as well. First off, getting into a fight is awkward as Either the enemy will not start fighting or you go try to swing first. Doesn't work, of course, unresponsive and everything. So nothing happens, then you get punched in the face, which works. Combat starts working perfectly after that until the camera angle up. Camera is too close, and if you try to move too much, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, you will just get stuck on a wall with the camera facing in the opposite direction and you will get knocked out. So keep footwork to a minimum and swing. For a fist fighting game, basically, combat feels very basic. You have a light attack which looks fine, but heavy attack, seriously. Samson loads up from halfway across the map, and you have a heavy kick as well, which looks pretty good to be honest. So it can get repetitive fast. You can pick up objects, throw or use them. You can throw enemies into walls or dumpsters, which is useless. You just push them, there's no impact, so just stuck to punching and kicking. 14 years ago, Sleeping Dogs did this 14 times better, and it had guns as well. Gunplay wasn't all that good, but it was there. Combat and driving can be fun for sure, but you have to look past certain issues. Samson will punch through enemies or dumpsters or even walls at times. Locking in while you're moving with this camera is an achievement in itself. But look past all that and it is satisfying. Finishing off enemies here feels amazing. MindsEye makes sure the player playing it feels no discomfort whatsoever. You can skip through driving sections while the story is progressing. You don't need to land drones, you just have to be somewhere near the spot and the game will land the drone for you. Enemies are very forgiving, they take forever to hit you and you can take about 100 bullets before you're even close to going down. And if you get away for a second, health regenerates so fast. If you play with even 50% of your focus, you will rarely fail missions. It's not a rocky ride by any means, gameplay wise at least. Performance? This game is one pothole after the other. I ran Crimson Desert on medium with 60 FPS, but this, no. Expect no more than 40 FPS with dips every minute. If you drive fast, make sure you don't turn too much. The game will turn into a slideshow if you do. When you're out on the world, it is a pretty game. Visual style still seems 2010-ish, but it is beautiful. Indoors sometimes looks flat. If this wasn't a full price game, I would be totally okay with how it looks. And it played smooth, which unfortunately it doesn't. Combat I actually started enjoying. There's an audio problem, you barely hear guns firing. Even driving cars sound like jets in the worst possible way. But other than that, I had fun clearing out the many shooting galleries you come across. If you're in one place and shooting, it's actually good. But moving around, taking cover in different places, then it is frustrating. Movement is not smooth at all, and God forbid you come across a pebble in your way. You will have to go all the way around it or you will be stuck there forever. There are these side quests that you can start by taking portals. These are actually fun because of the combat. These sections feel like a completely different game, maybe even a better game. If this was a solely third-person shooter with some driving sections, it might have worked out perfectly. There are even set pieces like Uncharted. Some are good, but I don't know, they just don't land. Even with all the frustrating moments, I had fun playing both of these games. A lot more fun than I thought I would have. Samson starts off very well. I was instantly hooked to the plot. But the first 2 hours of the game is just side stuff basically. Even after that, main missions are few and far between. You'll do a few side missions, earn money, and maybe at the end of the day you will get to do a main mission, after which you have to go back home, sleep, recover, and then you start again. This gets repetitive really fast. I mean, day 2 you already feel like you've been doing this forever. Even with the plot, it looked very promising. They could have just ripped off Max Payne and I would have loved it. The world here does grab you, but the story is as basic as it gets. You get crumbs here and there. Mostly you'll be beating people up because a pop-up told you to. The plot is weird in MindsEye. You start off and the first mission is introductory, but everything after that feels like the third act. There is no middle. You're thrown into the deep end, which is not a bad idea, especially for this game. This doesn't have the potential to be a slow burn, not even close. This is all action all the way through. Surprisingly, the acting is good, especially from the side characters. Facial animations are done pretty well. Lip syncing is noticeably bad, but other than that, I was pleasantly surprised by how well characters emoted. This is one of those games that is serious all the way through. It's high stakes all the time, which does get old very fast. Funny how the best games or movies or shows have that little levity, so when hits the fan for real, it feels like it. This is like a typical action movie. The story is there but not memorable in the slightest. This was very close, surprisingly. I didn't love either of these games, but I had so much fun in the end. But Samson is the clear winner. MindsEye, there's nothing special at all. It is fun if you can look past all the issues. But the world, gameplay, plot, everything is just average. Samson gets close to being really special in almost every one of those aspects, but unfortunately fails. But still, it is a fun game. Both of them are. It's not bad, especially for how it's priced. That is the trade-off, a slightly unpolished product for a half-price game. But this could have been special. If you want to see GTA 5 compared with Watch Dogs, click the video on screen. If you enjoy this one, make sure to subscribe. I am sure you will enjoy future videos as well. Thanks for watching and have a great day wherever you are.